I don't know. It's such a complicated situation to be in. And you know what's even more complicated? Let me tell you something. What's more
Hmm.
complicated is when you're in this space as a feminist,
Hmm.
as somebody who openly talks about violence, media, life's happenings, events, global political unrest. Everybody expects you to have an opinion,
Yeah. Yeah.
and everybody's watching you. I had liked something on this singer's page. I did not know what was happening.
Huh. 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 Can't
Background
believe.
of the story was unknown to me.
Huh.
And I had a couple of people, two, three, message me to say, hey, it was very disappointing to see you go like
Yeah. Yeah.
post,
Can't believe you're
given what's
supporting
happening.
them. Yeah.
And given how, you're always such a strong proponent for
Huh.
women's rights. But then I realized that you probably don't know what's happening. And I
Acha,
was so grateful.
they understood.
I was so grateful for that leeway because I truly didn't know what was happening.
Huh. Huh.
The need to be correct and be on the right side of things is immense.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
what people sometimes don't realize is a lot of times when stuff has happened in Pakistan or outside Pakistan, I go AWOL.
Huh.
It's my ammunition. I mean, even when Salim and I are having an argument, I'll just shut down. I want to talk to you. Um, and people, including sometimes my husband, take that as, so now you have nothing else. Now you have nothing to say. Now all of a sudden you're just quiet.
Right.
I there's a quotation and I forget. Sometimes it's better to be quiet to understand rather than listen to speak.
Hmm.
Listen to understand rather than listen to speak.
Right.
And a lot of times I feel like I need to shut down and sort of listen to understand everything that's going on, because no one in the history of being in a public space or private space has or ever gotten it right.
Huh. Huh. Obviously.
But the pressure sometimes to get it
Oh,
right,
expectation to.
it's immense.
Yeah, my
And
running joke is इरफान जुनेजो ने कश्मीर पे वीडियो क्यों नहीं बनाई ब्रो आई मीन इतनी उसको लोगों ने बातें सुनाई थी उसको एंड ही इज लाइक आई डोंट हैव एनीथिंग टू से ये लें दीज आर द न्यूज़ सोर्सेज नहीं तुम वीडियो बनाओ
why
अदरवाइज
haven't you said something
हाँ
about
इंडिया से
this?
तुम्हारे पैसे आते हैं इसलिए तुमने नहीं बनाए एंड ही इज लाइक
And it's
व्हाट
yeah, anything that happens in the country, people will tell me, oh, but you voted for Biden. First of all, I can't vote. But
yeah yeah
yeah, did I want him over Trump?
I mean
I did.
yeah
But what's to say historically the US has ever, been good on the Middle Eastern front?
yeah
But people will sort of, and this person probably hasn't talked to me in 10 months, ever since the last election, but you wanted this. But it's
yeah
like you can want all these things and you can hope for a great global situation, but it won't always happen.
yeah
But the idea that you have to be bang on,
every time
and I say this all the time, I'm not going to get it right.
हाँ हाँ
And I don't mean to hurt anybody with this, but and if you are, I'm sorry. But there's a lot of pressure on, for now, I will just use the term content creators to say something, to be something. And there are a lot of people who don't play that game. There are a lot of people who are like, I'm just a food blogger.
हाँ
You want
हाँ
to go to a news source? Go to a news source.
yeah
Don't expect to be in this space and be like, oh, why aren't you saying something? But you see, the problem is now I'm like awami, na? Now I like talk about
yeah
everything.
yeah yeah
So the problem then happens like, but talk about everything else.
yeah नहीं वो
Where
वाली बात है ना कि this is also एक तो इंटरनेट पे आर्ग्यूमेंट्स में न्यूआंस तो खत्म हो गया there's no room for it you have to be right regardless of अगले का opinion क्या है everybody individually has to think you're right otherwise your life is going to be a problem and also just because internet पे it is possible to access theoretically all the information in the world doesn't mean कि मैंने Google कर लिया means I know what a situation is and now I am an expert but
yeah.
people do believe this कि हमने WhatsApp पे ये पढ़ लिया तो बस अब ये सच है, या हमने YouTube पे कोई वीडियो देख ली and why does Mariam not agree with
like
me?
it took me a long time to understand death penalties.
Right.
After it took me a long time to understand, am I a supporter of the death penalty? And I think we as we as people love to see abuse being punished very
Sure.
strong.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, हम चाहते हैं, not
Visible
just,
justice.
yeah, we want, and usually we want to do that for public pressure.
Huh.
And when that kind of outburst doesn't come out by some people, which is just like hang them,
Yeah.
people are sort of thinking, oh, you're very lukewarm on this.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to see
Yeah.
this happen? So sort of the understanding that your understanding of, say, the death penalty is a very different understanding to yours, and I'm really trying to process in my head if I support it or not. It's not, everybody doesn't like, they want that sort of vitriol to come
Uh-huh.
out.
Yeah, yeah. Extreme emotions.
And वो तो खैर आप सिर्फ अपने हस्बैंड को दिखा सकते हैं ना, extreme गुस्से में होते हैं, that you can only just few people. So
Yeah, yeah.
to everybody who's also watching our stories, I don't believe that everybody only shows a highlight reel, or यार हम सिर्फ अपनी perfect pictures दिखाते हैं और perfect घर दिखाते हैं. I do feel like tons of us show up in this space completely imperfect, saying stupid things just for the sake of connection. But एक आप अपनी like full on लड़ाई तो नहीं दिखा सकते अपने हस्बैंड के साथ, और
Yeah.
आप अपने बच्चों को डांट रहे हो, और आप वो तो नहीं दिखा सकते हैं ना कि आप फिर कोई कहेगा कि why are you publicly shaming them.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't show a lot of things. तो ये बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है कभी कभार, because
Yeah.
when people आप रियल नहीं है.
Not really. Yeah, yeah. There's no winning with everybody. And also, I mean, you also have to teach yourself that, you can't please everyone. Because
Oh, and I came to that conclusion a long time ago.
yeah, yeah.
I came to that conclusion a long time ago कि सबको please करना तो मतलब ये कहना कि you are not chocolate cake, you can't please everybody. Everybody doesn't like chocolate cake.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife doesn't like chocolate. Yeah.
So you can't. I think the best thing that you can do is just sort of live by the motto of being just kind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's okay sometimes to shut up.
Yeah. Our
Have nothing.
podcast our podcast motto used to be just be nice. But now it's like just be normal. Bro, just chill karo. It's fine. Just be
Yeah.
okay. And that's like the simplest but also the most impossible thing for people to do. Like what would a normal person say or do in this situation? Bas
But
aap wo
that's
kar le.
but that's also because we're all sometimes to a little bit blamed for this standard that sometimes people feel like they have to live up to or be.
Yeah.
And that's, we've all put people in boxes. And when you step out of that box into another box, it's hard to.
Yeah.
So what's normal really is very different for everybody else. But we have declared normal as, somebody who's very easy to talk to. So it's a little bit on all of us also for what we have made normal.